All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's Monday today, January 12th already. So we're just going for the new updates for the news about the TMX, about the migration from V1 to V2. And of course, like Jay prepared a lot of the different great updates, a lot of the information. So like today we're gonna find out basically what's been done, what is just like basically in process right now. So, and of course you can ask all the question while the presentation. Yeah, so like just waiting basically for the V2 to bring the traders, to bring more liquidity, and just like go officially live, yeah, with the V2. Jake, you ready? You can start. I think I already
Okay,
admit
okay,
everyone.
thank you, Tim. So hello everybody. Yeah, so I will just make one Zoom call this week. Yeah, so basically I'm really in a lot of the work, lots of the stuff is happening in behind. But yeah, as you can see, guys, as we announced, we are working now on the V2 version of the TMX. So basically, what is that? That is next upgrade and next big swing into the our exchange. So as you know, when we start almost 2 years ago now, basically we have a first initial wave to build our exchange, then we have TGA, private seed phase, sales, everything. Basically, we open the exchange, start working, building, developing, people start trading. But now we finally reach this level when we know that we have something what we built from initials, from the hard point, and now we are ready for the next level. So basically, what is the V2? V2 is upgraded version of the V1 of the exchange of the TMX. So there will be a lot of the new features coming. So as you know, on V1, we also add up a lot of the stuff during the development, but now we need just upgrade all to the next level so we can accommodate even more people, we can accommodate more traders, we can develop all these functionalities in the same time. As you guys know, into the V2, we are preparing now to refresh all look of the page. Basically, there is a lot of the stuff in behind what we also building. So we want to fast up all tradings. We want to add up a lot of the new functionalities into the exchange. So basically, there will be new pages, new updates. There will be price actions, trading. So we will have a lot of the new functionalities coming into the trading. Following up, there will be some cool colors. There will be some changes. So some of my guys already see some crazy new visualization of the trading and the Mu. So basically, we are now preparing for the next swing on the market. Why is that? Because as you guys know, basically we are now on the beginning of the year. So for since we start our project, since we go live with TMX, so this was in this area in October. From this period of the time, we only see the drop. So basically, as you guys remember, we see some huge drop on the market. And from that moment, we are just going down with the crypto. So basically, crypto is now cooling off and preparing for the next thing up. So as you all guys know, basically before we go with the DEX, we have this private seed phase sale. So basically, private seed phase sale was, I think, started somewhere here, yeah, for Ethereum. So I will just show you into the charts how this stuff looks. Just give me 1 second. I will move this. Okay. So basically how Ethereum looks like. So basically when we start with the private seed phase, we've been here and we see 6 months of the drop. Yeah, basically 6 months was really dropping. So basically Ethereum going from $4,000 into the $1,400. Yeah. And this is the moment when we opened the TGA. This is when we start preparing for TGA. And this was the moment when I say, guys, buy Ethereum, build ourselves position and invest into the TMX. From this moment, most of our users go in this period of $2,400 to $2,500. And this was the period of the time when we finish, when we touch $4,000, when we break the $4,000. This was time when we closed TGA. And from that moment, we go with preparation for the going live. When we go live, it was one big drop, another big drop, and just months and months of the dropping. Yeah. So since we go live with the DEX, we only see the drop on the market. So as I said, basically we already survived this with the private seed phase, as you guys remember. So this was months and months of the dropping. With TGA, we buy all this pump. Basically, also TMX token go from $2.2 into the $22. So this was the highest rank. I think in next 30 days we will go even above this when we go live, but this is what we have on the market. So basically all these big drops, what happened, follow us since we start with the TMX. So now is our time, yeah, for preparation. So if you can see here, this is consolidation phase. So market is preparing for the next thing up. And why we go now with V2? Because we want to use this time when the market is slow, when there is no lot of the trades. So you can see here, market is almost not moving maybe 10 to 20, $50 a day for Ethereum and all other coins. So basically just few percent a day move. And as I said, this is the time for the preparation and to get ready for the next thing up and the next and this coming year to go. Yeah. So basically when we see this big drop, as you guys remember, also when we have TGA, we have also this consolidation. When we prepare to go into the next big wave, and now we are also preparing this time of the period. So if you can see, it's really similar. So basically, when the price action is low, when price action is going up, going down, going up, going down, this is the moment when we are preparing for really, really big breakout. So as I said, this is buy. Now with TMX, we also preparing all this stuff to get ready because when the Ethereum break out under these lines, so when Ethereum go above, let's say $3,500 and be ready to go into the $5,000, this is our momentum. Yeah. So basically at this moment, we want to have V2 ready. We want to have all people prepared, yeah, for the next thing. And this is the momentum when we will have millions and millions of dollars coming out of the market, coming into the small projects, yeah, and coming into projects like TMX, like all these decentralized exchanges, like DeFi. So basically, this is our momentum to prepare this and to catch up all this new fresh liquidity. Also, what I want to show you guys now is also the total tree. So basically, total tree is all altcoins what we have on the market, full amounts of the money what is now in altcoins. So since we start, altcoins was around $1.2 trillion and they go down to the almost $760 billion. Yeah, so this was really, really big drop on the market. So if you can see here, until here, this was 35% drop. Yeah. So basically, since we start TMX, 35% of the money go away from the market and was removed from the liquidity. So you can just imagine what we can do if we manage, yeah, until this 35% drop, we go to $22 with TMX. So you can just imagine what we will do when we break this range. When we go up, I don't know, 40, 50% or even more. So basically, this is our time now. And this is what I said. When we break above this green line, I think I also showed you this last time. This is the momentum around about $900 billion. This is the momentum when the market will start preparing for the next big swing up. So if you can see here, this was the previous drop. So this was, I think June of 25. So this was when the whole market dropped down. This was on the April, so this was the lowest point, but this was the June. And when we break this green line in the June, basically we see all this big push up on the market. So as I said, now market is just preparing and we want to use this time to build our V2, to prepare all community and to go into the price into the next swing up. Yeah. So as I said, guys, now if you have opportunity, if you have some extra liquidity, please buy some extra TMX tokens. As you know, our tokens has been less. This was, I think, already 30 days ago, even more, been stolen, yeah, from our users. So I think 2 or 3 guys lose some TMX tokens, and these tokens to stop dumping of the token prices. This was some big wallets. To stop dumping, we remove liquidity from the Uniswap. So why we do this? Because these hackers, when they steal the TMX tokens from our users, only way they can sell is going into the Uniswap and sell this token back. Yeah. So basically, for the debt, uh, for this occasion, we remove from the Uniswap, but now we are just preparing for the next swing up. So basically, we are preparing for V2. So what is the game plan? So for the V2, as I said, We announced it on the 5th of the January. It takes around 20 days. So basically, we are now looking up to go into the last week of the January. So before we go live, last week of the January, we are preparing the open Uniswap. I'm also working to bring one more central exchanges for the US customers. So basically, US guys will got. We are now speaking with PionX US. So there will be central exchange where they will be able to buy more TMX tokens, sell more TMX tokens, and prepare everything for that. Yeah. So as I said, we will give them Uniswap. So let's say in Trust Wallet, you just swap your USDTs or any other coin, and you get some TMX tokens. And on the central exchange like PionX, you will be also in opportunity to buy, to sell, to get some extra TMX tokens. Also, why PionX is also good is that these guys have also bots and automatic stuff for the trading. Yeah, so you can buy yourself DCA bot. So you put, I don't know, $10,000 to buy TMX. So every time the TMX drop, they will buy you, let's say, $1,000 of TMX. And this is how you will get cheaper price of the TMX and get yourself more and more tokens with all this hype up. Yeah. So basically, this is now the game plan. So we will prepare all liquidity. We will prepare all this for the next move. And as I said, for you guys, be ready with your guys, with your communities, with your traders to move on with these market conditions. And also what is very important, when we go with V2, I will then focus more to developing my own. I will go then with text profile, with Telegram group and everything. I will focus more on my trading part and attracting more traders. So basically, I will do the technical analysis every day. I will do as much as I can live trading. So I know people love see how we live trade on the exchange, how we, let's say, put, I don't know, $100,000 and earn $2,000, $5,000 every day. Yeah. So this kind of the stuff is what we will do. What will I do from the moment when we go into the V2, and where I will focus to bring even more people on. Also, as you guys know, in Europe, there is big restriction for the crypto users. Not as say restrictions, but every stuff you do on central exchange, they are now reporting to the European tax offices. So let's say in my country, in Croatia, if I, let's say, trade on Binance, if I earn, I don't know, $5,000, they will send to the from the Binance report to my tax office that Jake earned $5,000. Yeah, and they will treat this as my second income, and I will need to pay 55% of the tax. Yeah, in my crazy country. Yeah, so basically, this is what's happening now in the Europe, and as I said. From this part, we are expecting a lot of the new traders coming in decentralized exchanges. Why the decentralized exchange? Because decentralized exchanges are not reporting to the government, because they don't have obligation to do this, because there is no central authority. Everything is written on smart contract. So basically, you are working with smart contract. You are exchanging peer to peer. You're exchanging into the move. So we don't need to have this, and this is really big opportunity for all of us in TMX. So as I said, from my perspective, what we are now expecting is to bring really really big amounts of liquidity into the TMX. A lot of the new users. And as I said, V1 was just beginning. V1 was just first platform what we do, first contract what we build, and now V2 will upgrade us in many, many levels and also give us opportunity to add up few more new projects. Yeah. So as you know, guys, TMX is ecosystem, so we can build all other additional projects and the stuff in behind for TMX. So as I said, I have some proposals to build a decentralized casino. We have also proposal to build a decentralized booking. So this is really, really nice stuff. Yeah. So I think a lot of you guys will understand this and see this as some really big opportunity. So as you know, when you go now with the booking, I don't know if this is how it's worked now in Europe. I don't know if it's the same in US. So when I, let's say, have my apartment and I want to put it on the booking, I need to pay to booking 30%, around 30%, from 15 to 30%. It depends, yeah, what region and the apartment or house, but it's up to 30%. And basically Booking do all the rest for me. He do promotion, marketing, and everything. And basically they send the money to Booking take money and then pay me out later. So basically this is how this stuff works. But with decentralized booking means that you put your let's say apartment on decentralized platform. Basically there you connect directly peer to peer from the guys who give you apartment and people who want to buy. When they want to take, let's say for 5 days, they send, I don't know, 1000 USDTs. These USDTs then hold into the smart contract until both sides confirm that this guy come into the location and he see the apartment, everything is okay. When everything is confirmed, then this money go back into the provider of the apartment. Basically, this stuff can charge around 5% or 10% or even cheaper. Yeah. So basically, this is the stuff and you can get extra cheap. And what is also very important, this don't need to be reported to the government. Yeah. So this is also one, let's say, I will not say tax avoids, but yeah, this is also one way how to make peer-to-peer users from the crypto to take your apartment and get yourself really, really good and cheap way to rent some apartment or house or anything. Yeah. So as I said, we have some really, really crazy proposals, some really, really crazy stuff. And what is very important, basically, this decentralized booking can work anywhere in the world. Yeah. So this is also very important. Yeah. So as you know, for this local booking, they need to have company and everything connect there. But with this, with smart contract, everything is directly from the people to people, from the user to user, from wallet to wallet. Yeah. So as I said, this is the next level. This is also in development. There is a lot of other stuff you have to speak in behind. But as I said, this is the next level. I see the question. Yeah, our exchange is safe from the government. So basically, we have our dedicated stuff built on on the smart contracts. Yeah, so basically, government cannot control smart contract, cannot block smart contract or something like that. Yeah, so basically, smart contracts always live. So even if we don't have this, let's say, front end, so you don't see nothing on, there's no TMX, everything is written in smart contract. Yeah. So when you go into your wallet, into your transactions, you see that you put, I don't know, trade to buy more TMX tokens, to sell, to leverage, to do whatever you want. So basically, this is the way how we can operate even if there is no front end, there is nothing on the exchange. Exchange is always working. So there is always smart contracts who are working in behind and who will do all the stuff what is needed behind the scene. So as I said, guys, be ready, be prepared. We are working really hard to build this on. I will try to get some maybe sneak peeks from the new look of the exchange, from some cool stuff in the futures. But please use this time to prepare yourself, to prepare your communities, maybe make some new content for your communities. I said to my guys, prepare some videos, prepare some pictures, prepare the stuff. So when we go live few days before and this weeks after it, we will need to make really good hype. We will need to prepare this for the next level of engagement, and we will also have the support of the central exchanges. Yeah. So as you all guys know, what's happened when we list on BINGX on MEXC. Basically, we see really big hype from the $2 into the $22. So they also help us to bring all this volume. So they also do their part of the promotion. Why they do this? Because it's really important for them, yeah, to bring as much as the people they can, because they always get some fees, they always get some nice stuff for them. So exchanges always win. They make when they make this kind of the stuff. So as I said, they will support us. They will follow us. And when we go with V2, then and when we prepare all these step and pages, our then next goal is go with promotion with together with GMX. So they will also put us as part of their ecosystem. So we need to finalize all the stuff what we do in behind to prepare this stuff. And when we do this, basically, as you know, these guys have 700,000 users. So basically, at that moment, if we just get 0.0.1% of the people just to check and see what TMX do, we will be in really, really good position. Yeah. So as I said, guys, we are now preparing for the next thing on the market. Basically, as you can see, liquidity is still slow. As I said, this January is pretty bit slow. just preparing for the move. But as I said, this is always what's happened. As you can see here, this is always what's happened before we see big push up. So as I said, when we see this big push up, I want to have V2 ready. I want to be prepared for this stuff, and I want to grab some extra liquidity. So basically, we go from $2 here to $22 in this big drop. Yeah, basically 35% of the money disappear from the crypto market. Yeah. And you can just imagine, guys, what we can do if we add up 35% of it. So, as I said, numbers can be really crazy. And with this upgraded product, I think we will be really, really, really happy to see all these new results. And I hope month, 2, 3 months, we will see how much time we have. We can start with our governance, so we can start with building new project under the TMX. Yeah. So basically, we'll have the opportunity to fund this new project, to give the part of the new project. Let's say if we open, let's say our new crypto casino, basically with crypto casino, you will get every time when casino wins something, you will get the part of the win. So basically, because you hold TMX tokens and you will get the shares, because this TMX, let's say casino, will be built based on the TMX tokens and TMX governance. So if you are staking the token, you will not only earn from the exchange, you will also earn from the casino and maybe later from the booking and all other projects what we add up to the TMX, you will always earn some extra money on. So basically, this is when I said just take the TMX, build as much as you can, hold them because it's not only about the price. Yeah, price now it's okay. Yeah, as I see, we see even bigger price, we see even lower price. Price now is okay because we are now preparing for the next thing. People are not selling, people are waiting for the good news, for the upgrades and everything. But it's not all about money and the price of the token because, as I said, with all new projects what will come, with more people using, with all this restriction in the world, what's happening to the traders, we will be the safe haven for them. And we will be, let's say, one-stop shop for all people to go with investment into the crypto, to start using crypto, to build their self-passive income from few projects under the TMX hood. And you will just need to hold one TMX token to earn money from casino, from booking, from the exchange, from all this stuff together. And this is when I say to you guys, TMX is built to last for the years and years to come. Yeah. And basically, this is why we are doing this. And this is why it's, as I said, it takes times. But as I said, we will always grow. We'll always set up some new functionalities. We'll always set up some new project on. And I think this is our power. Yeah. And this is the power of all TMX stakers because we are built here to go at least 100 DEX. I said this is the minimum, but yeah, as I said, I think we will be even bigger. So just give us the time until we finish this and let's kick this market up and let's make some new highs for the TMX to start this year very high and really strong. So yeah, if you guys want to add up something, yeah,
Uh,
you can
yeah,
jump.
Jake, I just want to ask like about the new all-time high for the Bitcoin. Are we gonna see this year? Yeah, how do you think? And also about the bear market. So like how basically that will gonna affect us as our token, right? And what do
So
you think? Your thoughts?
yeah, so from my perspective, we see our all-time high when the Bitcoin dropped really high. When basically, if you can see here, when we start, it didn't harm us a lot. As I said, this is only about the traders stuff and how much of the liquidity is coming. But if you are a strong project, if you are built to last, I think, yeah, really good results can come to the TMX. But let's see what numbers says now. So for the Bitcoin, we are now into the this consolidation zone. For the lowest point of the Bitcoin, what I'm looking now is around 74%, 75 to $72,000. So basically, this is one line when before we have some before the breakout. So this year low, I think can be maybe up to the 74, $72,000. So this will be maybe the lowest point where the Bitcoin can go if we retest this support as we do last time before we go to the 125,000. So if you can see, this was retest, and from that moment it go to $126,000. As I said, if we not break this, our next resistance is here. Let me just write it up. Is around here, so it's around 98 to $97,000. So basically, it's now close to this. So if we manage to break above this resistance, then we are in recovery zone. So basically, from this point, I think minimum $150,000 per Bitcoin. I think even bigger. But now, when we break $97,000 and hold above it, you will see then we will be in this zone. And basically, in this zone, only in all-time high is just what matters, and just take the time until we reach it. But we will reach it, yeah. So as I said, from this point, when we break this green line, we will go up. As I said, if we see some really bad stuff happening, let's say new war in Iran or something like that, and we touch again $74,000, I think this will be a really, really big liquidity grab. And from that point, we will just skyrocket into the $100,000 and even go. So basically, I think this 2026 will be really good for the Bitcoin. And we already have this big drop, as you can see, from $126,000 back to this point of this was, I think, $80,000. So this was 36% down. Yeah. So Bitcoin already lost a lot of the volume, a lot of the selling pressure was done here. But now, from this point, I think the lowest possible is 74 to $72,000. But when we break above 97, when we go into the $100,000 zone, I think we will see all-time new all-time high, and I think minimum 150. Some people say $200,000. As I said, Bitcoin don't like the round numbers, so you will see. Last time we have $69,000 was the top, and basically after it, it just dropped down. So this was $69,000. So it dropped down to $16,000. Then again, it go to the 73, then drop back to 50, and after it, it just go up. Yeah, and as you can see, it's always going into the swings. So for now, as I see, I think we will see all-time high this year, and it will be around 150 to $160,000 minimum. What I see from now. So basically, this is a really good result for the Ethereum. Also, almost the similar stuff. So basically, the lowest point for Ethereum is $2,000. This is where I see liquidity is holding, but I think it will go around 2,500 if we see the lowest point, something around here. So basically for Ethereum, it can now go directly to 3,700, 800, let's say here, then make new jump, then go up. Or if we break out above, I think we are going above $5,000. So basically, Ethereum, after all this, lot of the pain, lot of the struggle, I think it's now finally ready to break and to go into the $5,000. Because all other, let's say, gold, silver, all this stuff is already at all-time high. And if you can see gold today here, see a new all-time high. Silver is also preparing pump already all-time high. As you can see, silver is selling now, I think in physical around $130, $140. And this is paper silver, it's around $85. So basically just matter of time and it will come into this range. Yeah. So every time Bitcoin will follow up behind the gold and the silver, and it's do already this stuff. So it's just matter of the time when all this liquidity will be clear up, when this consolidation phase will finish, and then we will see some really, really big breakouts. And as I said, from my perspective, I think results will be really, really good. And also, yeah, for Solana, I see Solana is also under $144. So this is Solana resistance, $145. So when Solana breaks 145, I think it will just explode to $200. I think $190 is next resistance. I can show you why I think this. So this is a high block terminal. So this is all liquidations what are now on the market. And I will show you this. This is for Solana. Yeah, so if you can see here, basically this was when Solana dropped down, let's say from the $225 into the $140. So it removed all this liquidity. So this green stuff is liquidity. And if you can see here, there is more liquidity still at $120 building, but most liquidity is up at $190. So basically, when we break about $150, I think it will just explode to $190 really, really fast. Yeah. So this is for Solana, but now I will show you for the Bitcoin. Give me 1 second. So this was the Bitcoin. Yeah. So if you can see, basically Bitcoin went see all-time high, build this liquidity up at $130,000 and basically clear all this liquidity down. So if you can see, this was billions and billions of dollars here, what was wiped out from the market. And now there is still something at $70,000, but it's thin. It's not too big, yeah, if you can see here. But this is really, really big. 2.5 million Bitcoins holding here, guys. So you can just imagine this is billions and billions of dollars are just waiting at $130,000 per Bitcoin. And even at 140, there is something at 150. But as I said, this is the point. So basically, when we break above this resistance line, it will just skyrocket to $100,000, 110, $116,000. I think then we will see some small pullback, and then we are going into the $130,000. Yeah. So this is how Bitcoin looks like because we already clear all this liquidity down. Now I will show you about the Ethereum. So this is the Ethereum, yeah. So as you can see here, basically there is lot of liquidity at 5,000. It's just waiting to be catch up here. Also, there is a 3,700, 2.3 million Ethereums are hold here at 3,700, 3,500 have 2 million Ethereums. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of the money here, up to the 3,800, let's say, and there is still some left at 2,670 and 2,500. So basically, this is, I think, maybe the lowest point when we can go with Ethereum. But for the highs, as you can see, all the money is up here. So basically, they clear all this liquidity down. So it was really, really big amounts of the money, 2.6 million, 2.6, 2.6. This was, I think, 1.2, 2.5. Basically, it was millions and millions of Ethereums being wiped out from this fall, and they just start building this small liquidity here, but most of liquidity is up. So it's just a matter of the time when Ethereum will break and go into 3,500, 3,700, and then going 5,000. Even 5,500 have liquidity, yeah. So as I said, it will just skyrocket here and take all this money up and just break it. So if you can see here, the liquidity was really thin when the last time Ethereum go up. But when it go up, then it build this really, really big amounts of liquidity down under, and then Ethereum wipe up all this liquidity, and now we are ready to take this liquidity. So market always go where is liquidity, where is the money. So they will not move the price if there is no money. So they see there is some money here at 2,500, they can take it if they want. But bigger money is here. Bigger money is $5,000 and here. So market is smart. Yeah, market makers are smart, so they're always preparing, they're always looking for the best opportunity for them and to bring as much as money as they can. Yeah. So as I said, I think we will see all-time high. I think this could happen in next few months, but as I said, we just need to prepare for this and try to get as much as we can liquidity from the market to bring into our project. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, Jake. So like waiting for the new all-time high. So like waiting for the TMX for the $100. So like
Minimum. I see
so,
this. Yeah, we go to so basically, these guys from CoinMarketCap still didn't updated our market cap. Yeah, so this is only based on 500 something thousand tokens. Yeah, so there is a lot of the more tokens up. I think it's already, I think, $15 million or even more in the market cap. Yeah. So as I said, guys, this will be also updated. So I'm working. These guys are really slow. They have thousands and thousands of token coming almost every day. Yeah. So basically, it's really hard to get there. But as I said, we will update it, and you will see the result is really, really bigger. Yeah. So as I said, guys, be ready, be prepared. Last week of the month will be launched. We before that we will prepare all from the marketing stuff, from the liquidity stuff, to adding Uniswaps, new exchanges. So basically, we'll prepare everything, yeah, so you guys can buy more, get some extra profit, build the TMX, and as I said, now you can buy on the MEXC and BINGX. And as I said, if you can stack up some extra TMX tokens, but after it, we will add up few more ways to get yourself TMX tokens. And I think, yeah, we are on the beginning, something really great. So first stage is finished with TMX. now next stage, even harder, even stronger, will be ready. So thank you guys, and as I said, see you next week. I will try to get some nice shots, some nice stuff from the TMX, and as I said, I think we'll be ready. And be prepared, stack up as much as you can TMX, because this year will be crazy. Yeah. So basically we go from $2 to $22 in this drop of 35% from all market. Yeah. So you can just imagine what can happen. Yeah. If we go up in market. Yeah. So how much of the money will come into the TMX. So as I said, guys, thank you guys. And see you next week. I will try to update as much as I can into the page, into the Telegram group. So as I said, I'm really hyped out. So let's do this and let's bring TMX to new all-time high. So thank you guys and have a good night.
Yeah, see you guys.